Sweet, awesome, man. And yeah, no, like I said, thanks again for doing this, man. I like you said, it's kind of funny that you bring that up. You know, you're doing like a cover band thing, and you're like, the only songs I know are Drive By Punch songs. It's like, I guess for me too, it's like my own band. That's pretty much all I know now too. Like when
Yeah.
I first started guitar, it's like, you know, you learn some songs, but then once you start writing your own, it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it just takes over.
And there's those players that they'll be sitting around campfires, like, we go camping all the time. It's like, play something. I'm like, you want to
I
hear
can't.
you want to hear the breakdown in 10 or 12 or something. Like, I don't know what to do. And like everybody
Yeah.
else is just like killer. They're playing all these hip songs and all this stuff. It's like, I got to get better at that. I got to do a better job.
It's true. It like yeah, I feel like I did that a lot more at the beginning, but like I said, once you start writing your own, it kind of consumes you, and then
Yeah.
you either forget or you're just not interested in like learning other songs.
Yeah. And look, the last few years, we've been doing a bunch of cover stuff, like the Halloween shows, and
Yeah.
super, super awesome. Like we did Face to Face one year. We did Descendants one year. We did, there's so many to name. Nirvana a couple years in a row. We did Weezer. I think we did Weezer last year.
Oh, nice.
Jimmy Eat World. Like, it's just fun because, and some of the bands like Jimmy Eat World, I never really listened to Jimmy Eat World that much. At least I didn't think I did until I started listening to the songs to learn them. And I'm like, oh, I know this song. Oh, I know this song. I know this song. It was super rad.
Yeah, I think that's a cool way to do it. Just like doing it, you pick a band and you kind of just go through their discography versus learning like 20 different artists. Like I feel like I don't know. Do you see that much now these days? Like cover bands like that?
I'm sure there is. Like, somebody I think told me they were seeing like a Trooper cover band or something from work or something.
Oh wow.
But like those cover bands that are legit, that they like. We were in Nashville last summer, and it's like every single bar you go into, they're just playing covers, covers, covers. But it's like they can go from Joan Jett to Alan Jackson, and it's just like, and nail it. And you're like, Jesus, like this is legit. Like, who says that this is not legit? Because this is pretty rad. Yeah.
You gotta, even though maybe people aren't into it, you gotta give it to those musicians on just how talented they are. And
And
like learning all these songs and being tight with it. Like
for sure. And I guess, like you said, like, is there like cover bands that just do one cover band? That's a tribute band, like they're doing their best to be those dudes or whatever. And like that's pretty cool.
yeah. Sometimes they go pretty hard out, like, dressing like them and everything too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm super interested to know because it's funny, like I don't know too much about the history of Drive By Punch, so I'm excited to chat with you about that.
I
Because
hope I can remember it.
yeah. Because like you guys, you're one of the OG ones, and I remember when we first started in the scene. I think it was like 2004 when we first started getting into it. Like obviously, you guys have already been around. There was TSE. E Town, B Town, like a bunch of bands like that. And I'm curious. So, like, how did the band start? Did you guys all know each other prior to that?
So we were having this conversation with this other cover band. I'm not a big cover band dude. Like, I don't know why we're talking about that so much. That's my bad. But I was sitting in on drums with some friends earlier this week, and I made the analogy, like when we were growing up, like grade 6 and 7 and stuff, we'd like get off school, we go skateboard, and then we'd go to Killer's house and we'd all like play music. And at that time, the what ended up turning into Drive By Punch was there, and they were jamming. I was in another band and at the time, and we were jamming. We all kind of just hung out at Sean's house. And the difference that I was making is that we grew up like as buddies and pals, that in our spare time we would just play music. And like in some other people's situations, they're in a band because they're musicians. They're not friends first. They're musicians first, and then maybe they get on great, or maybe they don't. They do it for the music, and they can't stand each other. Or so for us, it started super young, like grade 6-ish, but we were just a bunch of different friends, and we were all just playing in different little projects and stuff. Drive By because was kind of starting at that time, but we have this ongoing joke is like that's back when it was just Sean and the band, because it all kind of came together a little piece by piece. But I joined the band like in probably around 2000, 2001, and
Okay.
Rob, the drummer, had really bad. I don't know if he had like mono or strep throat or something gnarly. We were playing. They had a show at the old New City Liquid Lounge, and they're like, "Well, you kind of know the songs on drums you want to play." And I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't played in a few years because my other projects were kind of done." And so we jammed and we played the show. And then after the show, I'm like, can I just like join the band? Like maybe I can be like another guitar player or something. Cause this is too cool. Like I miss it so bad. And then we kind of after that got like, we got a jam space upstairs in a smoky welding shop. And we were just there like every day, just playing and writing. And that's kind of how it all started. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's crazy. So like, what was the first instrument you learned then? If you can do drums, there was it drums, guitar?
Yeah, I kind of, bass, guitar, drums. I think drums is my favorite. Like I'm a drummer that plays guitar, but I've played guitar the longest. But I kind of grew up with music in the house and stuff. I learned like a little bit of organ lessons when I was a kid, and that wasn't cutting it. And then like, I think it was grade 4, grade 5, started taking guitar lessons. And then in grade 7, when I met some kids from the Corinthia Park School, this one dude, Death Metal Dave, was playing bass. And I was like, what bass? Like bass is cool. Like let's play bass. Like fuck yeah. And so then I got a bass in grade 7. But like in junior high band, I played bass in grade 7, guitar in grade 8, and drums in grade 9. And then in grade 9, I started a band or joined a band as a drummer, and kind of throughout high school played drums.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Just a jack of all trades, eh?
Wow. Master of none, I think. But
master of none, yeah. No, that's awesome. And yeah, so like when you guys were like back in the day, like start like just writing songs, playing every day, like you were saying, what was your process like with when you were writing?
Well, it sounds like incredibly terrible because we would literally just bring like a case of beer and just sit there for like 2-3 hours every day and just play stuff. And for the most part, like Chris was the lyricist, and I was kind of like just like I can't write music too well, but if we sat down and you had a song, I could jump in on it and like add to it, like produce some of it. Like what if we did this or work with something existing? I'm pretty capable, but like just sitting down and writing is really hard for me. So a lot of the time it'd be like an idea that Chris would have, and he'd have like a vocal, kind of melody and a guitar riff, and then we'd kind of just hash it out and play. Sometimes it'd just be like, hey, I got this idea, and then everybody jumps in. It was collaborative, but for the most part, like, because Chris being the main lyric and vocal guy, he had a lot of the main ideas, and then we kind of all put our bits on it.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And then like what were because I feel like Drive By Punch has such a distinct sound. Like even listening to the stuff like today, it's it's just like, it's Drive By Punch. Like I'm curious, out of like all you guys, was it like a blend of different influences from each of you, or kind of like how'd you guys like, go into that? What were you guys listening to beforehand?
That's tough because I think we're all kind of in the same lane. There was a little bit of outliers, and I didn't like 311. That's like Chris's favorite band. That's an ongoing joke we have, not really, but there's a couple of different bands that it's like, well, maybe not, but like we were listening to a ton of everything from Third Eye Blind. I remember driving in the van listening to Third Eye Blind nonstop, and back then in the Vans Warped Tour stuff like The Used and Finch, and like we all had, but Rob had a lot of like, he was into more drum soul kind of. He was more cultured than the rest of us. We were all just like stupid punk kids, and Rob kind of had some other stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I was just curious because I like sometimes, especially these days, you see a lot of bands and a lot of it kind of just blends in together. Sounds a lot the same, and it's cool that you guys from back then, your sound is it's still just a very distinct one.
Well, and that's thank you. I appreciate that, and it's not the first time I heard it because we recorded. I can't believe it's already that long ago. I think in 2018, and we just did like one new song. And when we showed it to Pizza Gary, like our guy in the merch dude, the guy, he did everything for us, and it's kind of like our roadie / manager or whatever. But he said you could tell this is you guys right away. Like it's been like over 10 years since you recorded something, but it's got you, it's got him. It sounds like you guys. And so like, yeah, it was kind of distinct, I guess. I don't know how I would classify the sound, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the hardest question. What do you play? Like,
yeah, exactly.
fucking loud stuff. I don't know. It's a little bit of screaming here and there. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, so like when you recorded the one song there, from that point to like the last time you wrote stuff, how long was it? How long of a gap was that?
12 years, probably.
Oh wow, eh? Okay.
It's like we kind of stopped in like 2007 ish, maybe 2008, but we didn't really full stop. We were just kind of decided like, okay, well, we're not given this the time and effort that it requires to try and do anything to remotely consider the next level, whatever that could have or may be. So we were just like, fuck it. And like Killer was so driven. He had like, he wanted to go, go, go. And I think the rest of us kind of were slowing down a bit. And so then it seemed like every year or 7 months or 2 years, we would pop up and play something and pop up and play something, because we all still talk and we still have the same group chat going for like since however long we've had group chat. Like the amount of shitty memes and pictures and butt jokes and stuff that if you could download all that, it's horrible. So like we've all stayed relatively close. I mean, obviously everybody's got kids and it's busy and, but
yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
that's cool that like after all that, like you said, it's like, yeah, this is still you guys, the chemistry's still there. You still like connect with each other like on that level. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we still can't. And we can't agree on a single thing, and like good luck getting together to practice. And when we do, we'll just argue about stuff. But it's kind of like brothers or old wives and ladies and just fighting with each other and whatever.
Oh, yeah, of course. And out of curiosity too, like when you were playing local shows back then, because like we were just getting into it, so I'm not too sure if maybe we missed some like other local, like were there any other local bands you guys played a lot with or really fond of?
Oh my God, yeah. The St. Albert crew, like we just loved everybody there, like Pressure Point and Clockwork, which was Dan Davidson's old band, and 5 O'Clock Charlie, and I can't even begin to name them all. It's just there's so many, and like it seemed like we'd always be on the same shows. And like you mentioned, E-Town Beatdown. I mean, there was the Stars Wept, and we'd be playing like there'd be a hardcore band, and then there'd be us, and then there'd be like something else, and like it was such a melting pot of genres. And I think it was rare. I don't know if Calgary was like that. Calgary just seemed like it was skate punk all the time, but that don't want to piss anybody off, but like Edmonton was just like all the shows, there'd be a ska band, and then there'd be an indie band, and then there'd be us, and then there'd be a metal band headlining. And like it was just always like, so we had lots of good times with like the Broken Nose, like hard rock dudes, and like, yeah, just so many. It was crazy. The I don't want to sound like cliche, but the feeling of scene, the feeling of going to a show, whether you're playing it or not, and knowing half the bar there and liking everybody, like getting along, like just a whole bunch of friends, like it just warm fuzzy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I miss and I love about the music scene, especially in Edmonton. Like you said, I remember so many times, like we were just a pop punk band and we'd be playing like these hardcore shows, or there'd be like a more poppy band or a synth, or like a more rock band that was like Nickelback kind of, right? And it's just a whole variety, and it was good. It was fun.
And everybody was, it didn't matter. Like,
no. Yeah, there was like very little drama. I don't remember a lot of like crap going down at all at shows. So yeah, that was pretty sweet. Yeah. And then like also I'll bring up, it's very awesome that you guys are playing the TSE reunion show.
Yeah,
I'm super stoked about that. It was so funny because I told my drummer as soon as they announced the show, I was like, if Drive By Punch isn't fucking playing, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Like this is just a perfect opportunity of just like almost kind of like these OG bands doing a show. I was like, it's got to happen.
Well, and the fact that Texas King is on Friday night with us, like that band, I don't know if it's as far back as COVID. So my time frames are screwed. COVID was 2 years ago, I think, but it was 5. So it's like, it's just like time's moving too fast these days. But I found that Texas King band and I'm like, this is my new favorite band. this band rips. Oh my God. And I was just like listening to it nonstop, YouTube video after YouTube video. So when I seen they were on the show, I'm incredibly excited. Of course, 10-second epic, I can't wait, but I don't want to let too much of the behind the curtain, but we heard that this was going to be happening or maybe happening probably almost a year ago, maybe 10 months. I'm like, you guys be ready. You guys be ready. We're like, oh, fucking cool. And then they announced that they were playing, and there was not a single word from anyone from the TSC camp at all. So we're like,
are we still doing this?
And it's not like we're going to call them up and like, yo, Sandy, what fuck? Like, we playing? Like, we just let it go or whatever. It's like, and I told my wife, I'm like, guaranteed we'll get a call. She's like, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, we talked about this.
100%, man.
It might have been over 1,000 beers at the Buck, but we talked about this. And then, yeah, we were heading out camping. I think it was Canada Day long weekend, and JFK text and pretty much said, yo, fuck, are you in for the TSC show? Like, just like that. I was like, what? I'm like, I got no cell service. I'm like passing Genesee somewhere. I'm like, fuck, I gotta text him back. Like I can't talk right now. Yes, sure. And then meanwhile, he's calling Sean with the exact same question. Sean's like, I'm sure we'll fucking figure it out. So in our band, whenever this happens, and God bless JFK, I fucking love that dude. He asks us to play shows all the time, and it's so awesome. Like, I'm like, please don't ever stop asking us. But every time you ask us, I have to go in the group chat, ask 5 dudes with their 11 kids between us and 5 jobs, and Killer's got 4 bands and all this. Like, can we do this? It's like, maybe, no, possibly. We'll see. I mean, no, it's like, he needs to know. Like, fuck. This time, apparently, because I was driving, I had no cell service anyways. I was just like, yes, we're in. And then Killer said the exact same thing. He's like, we'll figure it out. Yep, we're in. And then I got out to the campsite and like trying to get, and then it's like, yes, 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 yes. And then Sean's just like, that was the easiest show we've ever booked in 25 years. Like, yeah, it was. It's like, we're in. I don't give a shit. We're playing.
Yeah, everyone was on the same page. Nice.
Yeah, so excited. Yeah. It doesn't matter what day it was. And then we got off the phone. I'm like, what's the date? Because I got a pack of pals that were going to go see the reunion of Minus the Bear in Seattle, and I thought it was the same weekend. I'm like, well, I guess you guys are going to play without me because I'll be in Seattle and I booked tickets. Like, I can't not go, but
yeah,
price is averted. We're all good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that's fucking great. And yeah, it was cool too. Like when you guys played that Super Friendly Fest too for Sea Change there, that was great. You guys did awesome at that one.
That weekend destroyed my 40-year-old legs standing on concrete all day.
Yeah, I bet.
I have so many selfies and so many just dude pics with buds. And like, there was so many highlights. That whole show was just, it was just a nonstop smile the whole weekend. I think 100%. Like Carpenter playing with Alan on drums was like one of the highlights for me. I can't even say one of, because there was so many. It's like every single band was banger after banger. It's like there's no low points in this at all. Like I can't believe they pulled that off. Like, I
know that was like, yeah, it was, and they were so tight on like this, like the set times too. Yeah. Like it was just like go. Like it was the tightest show I've ever seen.
And with all that gear and all those bands and all that, I don't know how they did it, but they did it great.
Yeah, it was wild, man. Like it was like every band was on time. I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't ever remember a show like this. Yeah. Like it's usually you're waiting like 15, 20 minutes.
I panicked and I only got one t-shirt from the whole show, and I'm not disappointed whatsoever because I love them, but of all those bands, I bought a Compromise t-shirt. I'm like, I could get a Compromise t-shirt literally any day just by messaging somebody. And there's all these other bands here, and I just panicked. I'm like, I want this one. And I got a Compromise. Yeah. Then my wife didn't let me buy any merch.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Like the one thing I'm super excited about too with that TSC show is like, it's just going to bring everyone from the music scene together. Like when you're there, you're going to see so many faces maybe you haven't seen in so long, catch up. That's what I'm super excited for.
Yeah,
see people that I haven't seen in so long.
It's a good room too, because you can move around and get from stage right to stage left, or if they have the upstairs open, like if you know where people are, you can get around. And so I kind of like it. for being watching the show, because like as a participant or an audience member, you can, oh, hey, so and so's over there, and get over there without having to, go crazy. But
Yeah,
it'll be good.
exactly.
Nice big stage, big room, good sound. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be unreal. So
Oh,
stoked.
yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. Like, are you guys locked in on like your practice times now? You practicing lots here?
Uh, we no, I'm not supposed to say.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I think we'll start rehearsals in probably mid October.
Okay,
Um,
nice.
Killer's got a bunch of projects going on that he's finishing up and recording, and Creature Conspire, I think's recording in Kelowna for a little bit, and he's finishing up the Soft Knee record, and he's in another band called Runt, and so he kind of said too, he's just like, hey, I'll be good in October. So in the meantime, in between, I think I heard Rob's been practicing at home, which is awesome because he's militant. He's the hardest working dude in showbiz. I swear, he's always, if he knows
Mm.
something's going down, he'll practice. And I've been starting to play more guitar and stuff too. So I'll sit down with this setup I have and just play along to the CDs or the CDs and album, and just remember everything. And okay, and then so if we can all do that, Luke, Chris, when we get together, it should be
Yeah.
minimal rehearsal stuff. It should be okay.
Nice. And then I guess like before, say like, you're aware of a show like this, are practices, are you guys getting together just kind of pretty like loose, kind of whenever you can kind of situation?
Well, based on like our jam spot situation or a lack thereof currently, we'll probably be playing where we can get in. And if we can get in and then say lock it down, like, hey guys, every Thursdays we're playing. I hope something like that'll happen, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We got some options, so it's not too bad, but be nice to just be set up, and all that time of tearing down, I'm sure eats into practice time, right? So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
And out of curiosity, like versus back then, now, do you still go to like a lot of local shows?
So again, we got an ongoing joke about that because I'm out in Leduc, and Chris is out in Leduc too, and be like, man, so and so is playing, I don't know, at the Buck. And I use Texas King as a perfect example, because as much as I just proclaimed how much I love them, I've missed them twice at the Buck, because it's like, yeah, we're going. It's Friday. We're going. Yes, yes. And then Friday comes on. Man, kind of tired, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, it's all the way in the city. And I just got home. And so yeah, two or three, probably a year. I will definitely go, especially if any of the pals are in town, like any dudes from Vancouver and those bands and all our buddies, and some of that stuff. But I don't go to a ton.
Yeah, yeah. I know it's tough to kind of get, and like you said too, right? Especially once you're older, you're just like, I kind of want to just stay home.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When we go to a Saturday like matinee show at the Buck where it's over by 6, oh, sign me up. I'll go
Perfect.
every weekend.
Perfect. Yeah.
The only thing that would make it a little better is if there was more all ages stuff like that going on, because I mean my kids would go to shows if they could, So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
sorry,
True.
this one's not all ages. And they're like, well, this 10-second epic one's all ages. I'm like, I think so. I know
Yeah.
Saturday is. I hope Friday is. I'm like,
Pretty
but
sure
it's sold
both are.
out. So too bad, guys. You ain't coming.
Too bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one that, yeah, I remember there was always all ages shows.
Yeah.
Now there's like no all ages
I
shows.
think they're coming back though.
That'd be great. That would be great.
There's a couple kids that are doing a pretty good job. I don't remember her name. I think it's Maddie. But she put on the the fundraiser for House of Wheels skate park last Christmas,
Okay.
the Christmas before, whatever it was. Killer show, like a lot of metal bands and stuff. And I think they're doing lots of all ages stuff, whatever her little production company is. And so there is a resurgence. I think maybe I'm too old to know where it is or when it's happening, but I think there is more stuff coming.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good to see because yeah, like the last time I seen it all ages, like I said, it's probably this TSE show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like which is a bummer because yeah, like it'd be fun to take my boy out too. Like I know he would enjoy like those kind of shows. So
Yeah.
yeah, no. So hopefully we see more of that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. And out of curiosity, because I know you've probably played at so many venues that aren't even around anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
there, like, including the ones that aren't around anymore, the ones now, was there like a favorite that you guys always loved playing or that you wish could play again, maybe?
Well, it's probably really tied to personal like feelings and how it felt. But I mean, Stars on White Ave was something else. Then it was like Chrome or something, and there was like I don't know. It turned into 3, 4 different bands, but the Stars shows were rad. Filthy McNasty's was pretty awesome.
Yeah, filthies.
The that Liquid Lounge downtown, the original location was awesome, and we played the original sidetrack once or twice. I think Drive By played the sidetrack before I was in the band, and oh, I'm gonna screw it up. I think it was no, it was like oh, some band was playing at I think it was called John Ducey Park at the time, like the baseball park. Oh, it was Men at Work. And so
Okay.
then they got rained out. They're like, well, just come play at the sidetrack, or whoever said that, probably the promoter. And so then Drive By indirectly opened up for Men at Work just because they were a local band night or something. And then Men at Work headlined. Sidetrack, the
Nice.
old one, was pretty rad. Sheesh, so many dead venues now. I mean, Starlight Room will always be awesome. Always.
Mm-hmm.
They do
True.
such a good job there. Anytime you go see a show or you play a show there, and like those Halloween ones that they put on, you got dual stages going. So first band's playing, band's setting up over here. So the minute this one's done, you go over into the other room and you see these guys while they're setting up. And it's just like bang, 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 bang. They do like 12 bands on a Friday night and you don't have any downtime. Like it's just that venue is fantastic, and I hope it
That's
stays
pretty
around
sweet.
forever because it's rad. Yeah,
That would be a shame if that one just was like, it almost was gone, which
yeah,
was a sad thing, man. Like, yeah, that's like historic. That's
yeah,
insane. That'd be, yeah,
absolutely.
be a sad day. Yeah. Like, yeah, Filthy's, God, because Filthy's turned into pawn shop, right?
No, pawn shop was Stars. Yeah, it went from Stars to the pawn shop. That and Filthy's was like
Oh, okay.
2, 3 doors down. The sign is
Okay. It was
still
right
up there.
beside
It
it.
still says Filthy's Live Music. I think it's just storage or something. But
Oh, that's great, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I miss a lot of those old venues. It's a shame how so many just closed down.
it's a tough
It's a
business.
bummer.
Like it's very
Yeah.
tough. Like I couldn't imagine trying to
Yeah. I
run it.
mean,
Yeah.
like, even like, growing up in the scene too, like there's a lot of guys that, they'd start their own production companies doing the music thing. No one ever really lasts, which is a bummer, right? But it's like, you put so much work into something like that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to see it kind of just go away.
Yeah, there's just trying to think too, like who played Power Plant at the university was pretty cool
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah, that one is cool. I remember going to a couple shows there.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that place.
Yeah, I wonder what it is now, if anything. I don't know.
That's a good question. Yeah. And here's a question. I can't remember if you guys played it or not, but did you ever play at Stage 13?
We did.
You did. Okay.
We played the beer gardens Friday night, so opening it up. Not main stage or anything by any means, but we were just in the beer gardens. I think we played with Stomp and Tom that night. And I couldn't even begin to remember if it was like Theory of a Dead Man or I don't know, one of those bands. But
Yeah, yeah.
we tried to convince Stomp and Tom's agent, who I think was his grandson, to give us his board that he stomps on. I was like, can we have that? And he's like, they're like, no, actually, after every show, we auction it off for charity and we get like tens of thousands of dollars. It's like, oh, yeah, no.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. What was the experience for you with that? Because I remember going to Stage 13 when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And as a kid, it was fucking wild to see
Well,
all these people just going crazy, man.
as an adult, I think I might have signed an NDA because
Oh,
I mean,
really?
we
Oh,
no,
shit.
but it was bad. Like pissed the tents. No,
Yeah.
not mentioning any names. At one point, Brady ended up in the loud campsite area,
Yeah.
and he passed out at somebody's camper, so they wrapped him up with a giant banner of 100.3 The Bear, and he was just like slept there in a chair all night. we had our buddy Nate come and take a bunch of photos, and I bet you I could find them somewhere. But it was just the most. It was like Lord of the Flies, but nobody got their glasses broken. Like there was just, it was unhinged.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Uh,
that was a wild time, man.
I think we just rented a giant U-Haul and put all our shit in it, and then a couple of
Yeah.
us had like our girlfriends with us, so we slept in tents. And then I think Cam and somebody, maybe I don't know, they slept in the U-Haul. It was just, it was. Oh, I don't know how somebody didn't die that night in our camp, like of us, like of the eight of
Yeah.
us that were there. We shouldn't have been allowed out anywhere. Like, oh my God. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Wild times, man. Just like seeing how hard people party. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. It's funny too. Like I don't, were you guys like pretty big partiers back then too?
Some of us.
Yeah.
Chris was pretty chill. He was the responsible one.
Yeah.
Um, Brady would just piss everywhere. He'd just get wasted and piss on the floor. And so he did that. I was more of the like, I think if you ask Blaine or Alan, some pals of mine, the first time I met them, we were in the pawn shop when it was Stars, and they're like, "Hey, this is Lonnie from Drive By." For whatever reason, I decided to take out my nuts and just ash a cigarette on them and be like, "That's fucking punk rock, boys." And they were just like, "What the fuck is that?" So it's
Pretty
just
punk rock, man.
just wild kids. Like, yeah, we were, but not like Motley Crue and throwing
Yeah.
TVs out windows, but we were pretty
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
Oh,
We
of
had some
course.
fun.
Oh yeah, that's how it should be, right? Because yeah, like when you're older, you can't do that anymore.
No.
And it makes me ask this question. So like with your guys' shows, what was like, I guess the craziest experience you ever had at one of your shows? Say like maybe something was going wrong for you guys during that show, or there was like an interaction with somebody. Any like crazy stories there?
Well, there was a show we played in Leduc years ago at at a bar called Fluid Lounge. I think we used to call it Sploosh or Splash, or I don't know. Things were getting out of hand. Something in the audience wasn't going right. I don't think we were playing at the time. It was another band, so maybe we were watching, and like the whole main, somebody got pushed into the front of house speakers, and they almost fell. And I kind of like Supermaned and like saved this girl's life, I think. But like that night, there was like raging fights everywhere. It was just like a shit show. My buddy Jeff got the door opened by a bouncer by his head, like getting thrown out. And I think he went to the hospital. And it was just like, it was just the worst experience ever, and just shitty violence everywhere. And then they interviewed us in the Rep, like the Leduc paper. And I remember doing the interview like back in the day in my old shop at work, like on the back phone, and like taking the call. And they misquoted me and wrote the wrong information. So they made it sound like this big fight broke out at a bar called Fred's, which it wasn't at Fred's. It was at Fluid or something. And they misquoted. Well, the dude from Fred's ends up calling me after the paper comes out, threatening me, saying, "Don't you ever badmouth my bar," blah, blah, like threatening me at work. I'm like 19-year-old kid, like, I didn't, it wasn't there. It was at another place. Like, this is fucking wrong. Like, what the hell? But yeah, that was a brutal night, like fights and just people getting beat up left and right. I don't know what the hell happened, but
Was that just
was
like the
cool.
entire show, or was that like after you played or while you were playing?
I don't remember. It's just chaos. I think
Chaos.
it might have happened during our set. I don't remember, but I just remember like that we shut things down and then it just continued. And it was ugly.
Yeah, no doubt. That's crazy. Jeez. Yeah, those stories are wild, man. And out of curiosity with you guys, because I know when did you so the Spotify stuff, did you put that up like 2018? Is that when that went up?
I think so. Yeah.
That one. Okay.
Probably when we recorded that Fault Line song, we said, let's put the whole thing up, and we'll put it up as like one record, but call it like a 3-discer. So it's like, it's got kind of chronologically or reverse or whatever we did, but we put like the whole catalog
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been right around when that song came out. Yeah,
Yeah, I
2018.
was gonna ask you because I noticed it was like side A, side B,
Yeah.
like it was everything, right? I was like, oh, okay, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, it's when you're cheap, then you only have to pay for like one barcode or one this or one because it's one record. It's not different. And yeah.
True enough, man. Yeah, yeah. And how do you guys? I guess like you being in the scene as long as you guys have, how do you view or find this like evolution of music where basically CDs don't exist anymore? You know what I mean? It's all streaming now. Vinyls are like a big comeback, right? Like how do you kind of view all this now? I think it's harder to make money for any band now, right?
I wish I could have the access to the music as I do with a streaming service, but it actually pay the artists.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense that the owner, and I know nothing about the politics of it, but Mr. Spotify Jones, millions of dollars a year, and you play any song and it gets 0.0001 cent. Like it doesn't make sense. That should not be like that. But man, do I ever love what's that song, and I can play it at my fingertips.
Yeah.
Um, my household is quite fond of vinyl stuff. Like we'll go to the city and my kids will pick out a record too. Like I think Lennon got MF Doom last time, and yeah, like we'll buy records, we'll play records in the living room. But the streaming is so convenient. I just wish it actually allowed artists to have an income off of it instead of just the owner of the streaming site.
Yeah, 100%. That's kind
So
of
like there's the morality of it. It's just it sucks, but yeah, I use it all the time. It's just I just yeah, it sucks.
yeah, it's like it's super convenient, like you said. Like you can just look up anything, or the algorithm it finds stuff that you'll probably enjoy, that you can kind of discover. That is very cool. I do
Oh yeah.
enjoy that. But like I remember in high school, I was just going to HMV and like just taking a gamble on a CD.
Yeah.
Like, this looks cool. Let's see how this sounds. I kind of miss those days, but at least you knew you were supporting like that artist, right?
We used to go to A&B Sound like we're making a trip into the city, and like someone would drive us in, and at the time you could grab 2 3 CDs and go down, be like, I'd like to listen to these please, and then you could like they'd put them on and you throw the headphones on, like not this one, I'll take this one. Like you got to try them. That was really rad.
Yeah, no, it's true. And like I said with Spotify with the algorithm, like I guess besides like Texas Kings, like I know you were saying you kind of found those guys and really enjoy them. Are there any other bands that you kind of crossed and were just like, wow, these guys are really good? Like any new ones that you kind of enjoy
Well,
right now?
yeah, like I mean, not even maybe that new because again, the last 5 years is new to me. But some of the bands that I just found that I fell in love with was definitely Cali Massey, I think they're called. Um, super awesome band. Prawn, Have Mercy.
Oh yeah.
Uh, like and again, like you said, that just microwave. You just hear this band, and then you hear a band that they might sound like or play with, or however the algorithm works. Next thing you know, like, who is this? Like, this is new, and it still happens every week. Like, there was
Yeah.
one I sent Sean the other day. I'm like, bro, have you beat this? He's like, nope, checking now. Like we can share this, like instead of a mixed tape that you're passing around. It's like, yeah, it's so convenient for finding new artists and every week. And especially if you listen to 1 or 2 records of something you're not really into too much, like I like hip hop stuff. I like organic hip hop where there's like drums and guitar stuff in it, not like samples and stuff, and more laid back, smooth hip hop. And so you'll listen to something, and then the next thing comes on that you would never be able to find, I guess, unless you went to a store and talked to someone like a human.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the it feeding you new stuff is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's wild because I think it was even that Super Friendly Fest. Like I wasn't really aware of them, and I kind of like when I went to that show, I think it was the one after you guys, but No Bro, really
Right.
enjoy No Bro.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Like I like recently just kind of found them like the last couple of years, and I'm like, fuck these, like they're so good.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the best when it just takes you by surprise and you're like, what the, how, what cool.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah, and you're just like you see how long they've been, and you're like, how did I not know this?
Yeah.
Right. And like, it's funny too, like you're saying, like a mixtape, but like, man, remember like back in the day, how many CDs did you burn? Like just,
I have still a 2x2 booklet, like the square ones with the 4 per page.
yeah.
And I was packing up some stuff and I was going through DVDs and stuff for the holiday trailer. And I'm like, I got to have movies. We got to rotate them. And there's my CD book. I'm like, oh, they're all hand burnt with writing on them, like made by Pud, like this, like just buddies giving you stuff. And like, yeah, I still have a ton of them, but I don't think other than like a PlayStation, I don't have a CD player in my house.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it. Yeah. It's like PlayStation or like something that has, even like the new ones now, you can't really do much with that anyway, right? It's like
I'm talking to you on a 2010 MacBook Pro. It still has a disk drive on the side. So I guess I could listen to CDs on my MacBook still. Yeah.
Nice. There you go. Yeah. It's funny. The wife for Escape, it's a 2013. That still has a CD player in it. Technically, it was like I think it was probably one of the like last years of that in a vehicle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like oh god, it's wild, man.
Yeah,
and yeah, man. Before I let you go, once again, I'm super stoked for the TSE show, and out of curiosity, like, have you over the years have you guys been like working on any new stuff? I don't know if you can say or not.
No, I'd tell you, I can't keep a secret worth a shit.
Okay.
The honest answer is no. There's always, again, we're so busy and like we chat here and there in our group chats and stuff. And then we throw it out once in a while. Man, sure be cool if we went to Kelowna and recorded with Travis just for like 2 days and just did a song. But then, that's kind of where it ends. Like we would love to. I don't think anybody's got anything in the can that they want to start doing or anything. So at this point, the answer is no, but
all right.
I'd be into it. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, it'd be pretty sweet to like hear some new stuff from you guys. It'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. And yeah, man, like I said, thanks again. And anybody listening to this, check out Drive By Punch if you haven't.
I appreciate that.
If you haven't, it's super weird, but
that's fine.
Yeah. And obviously check you out at the show TSE reunion. That's going to be a banger, man.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
Oh, I'm so stoked, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome, Lonnie. Well, appreciate it, man. And you have a good rest of your night.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, dude. Appreciate it.
Perfect.